Hello all, hope you is good. Welcome back to EU4 for the newest campaign series of Uzbek. This will be going to a world conquest. Let's get to it. So Nagai has only rivaled me, Kazan has only rivaled me, which means Nagai and Kazan might try and ally each other, but I hope not. Let's make Nagai, Kazan, and maybe Mugulistan? Maybe Oirat. Let's make it Mugulistan. AKA Chagatai. As rivals, let's put on mill focus. Getting the mill tech advantage will be very useful and helpful early game. And Oirat are the target in question. Sure, I mean the one person I didn't set as a rival is what the thing's for. I have a trick up my sleeve. We're gonna just complete that agenda, honestly. So that won't be too much to ask for. There, what's going on here? I think I'll not take secured succession just yet. Don't think it will be necessary. I'll take larger tribal hosts. And then let's grab the legalism and missionary. Do I do this? Let's leave that for now. Let's go raise host, redistribute horde authority, and contribute warriors. Just note that we're not going to form the Timurid Empire. That is not on the plan. Bukhara is, Mughal isn't, Yuan definitely is, Mongol Empire is. That's good. And Unify Islam is probably something that will just happen anyway. Let's move westward. The plan should be to take out Kazan early, and we'll go straight for Muscovy. Let's have a little look at the alliances on the 11th of December. See where they can take me. Mugulistan is allied to Jampur. Oirat is only allied to Soggy Yogurt. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, let's see here. Crimea allied Kazan. Great Horde rivaled Kazan and Crimea, so Crimea won't get access unless I were to ask for it. Nagai allied Ajam. Let's start with a war versus a force shock. Kazan will make it take Bashkortostan. No, Bashgird. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Crimea do not need to be left as a co-belligerent, but I may use them for money purposes. For now, let's just... I'm ignoring the alliance versus Great Horde, by the way. I have a principle here of if I ally people, I can't immediately declare war on them. So sometimes it's better to not ally people. It's one of the things I definitely did in my career world conquest, where I was ignoring alliances so I could very specifically target certain nations at the drop of the hat, at a moment's notice kind of deal. Let's go straight to Kazan. This has got 4 shock and 1 siege. Oh, hold on. Let's see what happens to the Kazan armies. And then go from there, actually. I mean, we could both suffer a loss at Perm. Or... Ooh. Yeah, total army size 90% of the force limit. We gained an additional general, which now takes out from my mill points a month because I don't have feudalism. Feudalism naturally gives you an additional available general per month. This guy will go to Kazan. The others will stay around here and help with the siege. Or help with the siege, sorry. Can I scorch earth on Bashgir? They'll then try to walk into Bashgir. (16th and 25th of May). I then walk in to be... Hold on. Let's go to 14th. We'll be in on the 15th. The first army is probably going to be movement locked. No, it's going to be 25th of May and 30th of May now. No, okay. That's fine. Let's just play this nice and steady. The beginning is going to be a little bit tentative, but as long as I can get progressing, I think we'll be fine. Gulistan allying Jampur is a little bit of a pain, but not too much of one. We'll lose ducats there. And Timurids allied Great Horde just because they can, with no ulterior motives. Let's shun everything in towards Udmurtia. Can I? Oh, it'd have to be Perm first. So, what about going into Perm? Okay, let's at least send you here. Bashkorostan. We'll go from there. Then you're locking into our Chali. They're actually movement locked into our Chali. So let's take them on. Like so. Excellent. And we'll send the one with 3 siege to Kazan itself proper. Except that one needs more of an army. If I put these two together, let's consolidate regiments. We'll get rid of these two. And here we go. The Timurids are attacking into Ajam. So Nagai helps on the side of Ajam. That's a nice stack wipe. And these guys... I mean, what I could do here is shift consolidate. Get rid of this horse. The plan will be to grab the Grand Company. So let's debase once. My intention is to try and keep on top of that button this campaign, by the way. We'll see how well that intention works out as we go through here, but I do want to try and make sure that I'm not using it too much. Or rather that the corruption is kept low. There will be unquestionably issues around money, which could cause a bit of a problem, but we'll see as we go. I might be able to avert them. For instance, I could just fight, go take my units down after I beat out Kazan, and go down to fight Crimea, and get them to relinquish their money for me. They would give me 185 ducats. And honestly, money talks at the beginning of a horde campaign. Quite frankly. I'll put my diplomats on neighbouring countries. I don't want my relations to go too high, but this is just to absolutely stomp the curve of aggressive expansion. If no guy lose enthusiasm, I could attack them too. So that... Oh no, I need a Jarm to lose enthusiasm so I can attack Nagai, sorry. So if a Jarm start getting attacked, I know that I can then hit Nagai at the same time. Let's put these two in together. Yeah, let's go to Archali. That sounds good. And the Great Horde have Timurids as an ally. So it depends on enthusiasms. I might be able to get away with fighting the Great Horde early as well. It just depends on what happens, basically. I mean, as per usual. Moldavia submit to Rome's rules, so they're now a March of Poland. That's kind of a shame. And there we go. Lithuania are also a junior partner, so Poland have gone with take everyone. Which I know a lot of people will say don't take the union with Lithuania, take the ruler instead and blah blah blah, but I quite like just having them as a PU subject anyway. They usually serve well. And that's a whole lot of land that you can just get with the formation of a decision. Also, the Uzbek tribes are wanting to rise up. That's a bit of a crying shame right there. I might give the Mercs the general, and they can go and deal with the tribes, while my manpower units deal with the Kazani war. Instead of going down to fight Crimea, I could just totally siege out Kazan here. The plan would be to encase Kazan from, well, everyone. But I might just have to do this, for instance. Then say, hey, you guys can fight for the scraps. We'll have to see. Go. The unintentional trap has been set. Wasn't even trying to plan for this, but you know what? Get stack wiped. How do you feel about that, Kazan? How do you feel about that? And again, I won't be able to have intervention from Crimea because nobody can get access from Great Horde unless I was to specifically ask for it. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, there's the tribes, just as I was about to start moving the Grand Company away. Excellent. Timed that very well. Yeah, I think it's this to start us off. Don't worry, it won't cost 365 paper mana. It'll cost us a bit less than that. Or, hold on. I need to get into Great Horde potentially, so let's go that way. Now, do I take the piece from Kazan right now, or do I fight into Crimea? You know what, I think I'll leave the Crimean money, it's not a big issue. If it is a big issue, well then, Crimea River. This is a decently enough opening war to get us in line. As mentioned, the plan is to attack Muscovy early, take them down a peg, stop them from being able to form Russia, take the land that I need for forming the Mongol horde. And yes, even though it's gold, I am gonna raise Bashgir. Just brings the core creation cost down. I can spend the bird mana later to bring it back up. There we go. So let's... Cool. Hold on. Let's be a little smarter about this. Ha! Me and smart, I know. Preposterous. Demand allegiance. Gain 4 Eastern Storm Cavalry. Regiments will recruit up to the maximum force limit. Excellent. So now we need 46 more battles won and an army equal to or larger than 50,000. Easily done. So I raised everything. So now let's reduce war exhaustion just to save paper mana basically. There we go. Look at that. It said it was going to cost me 300 and something paper mana. It's cost me far less. I've still got about the mana to do it all over again. And as for the provinces, I'm not going to increase autonomy. Actually, I'll leave it precisely where it is. Let's bring the cavalry in. Now, Ajam need to be further attacked, please. I also have Tribal Feud versus Great Horde. I could immediately press that instead. Decisions. I could attack Great Horde, stop Muscovy from expanding into them, and then fight Muscovy. Then take the borders around Kazan, so only I eat Kazan. That sounds like a plan. So let's go. I mean, Saratov used to be their capital, but it's now Sarai. Let's still make the war goal Saratov just for nostalgia purposes. And get going. I love it when a plan comes together. So yeah, the plan will be attack, attack, attack. Look, I have allied Mogulistan, but that's perfectly fine with me. I could attack Nagai as the main focus, with Mogulistan in tow, and ask Mogulistan to annul alliance with Jampur, then attack Mogulistan after. That's fine by me. Then let's half this. We'll send this up here. And yes, I just need to grab a whole bunch of land and out-tech Muscovy, potentially. And just fight them for their land. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not doing that. We'll stay here. And this can act as bait, basically. That's my line of thinking. This general here has a lot more shock than their general, so it should be quite an easy battle, which could happen. Should it happen though? That's another question. That's another question in and of itself. 17th, 18th, let's do it. I'm just going to go straight in for Saratov, I think. 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Excellent. Mercenaries in first, so they take the brunt of the damage because they'll be majorly on the front line in the centre. The others come in for the flank. And they took a lot more losses than I did. I mean, we still took a few losses in manpower, but most of it was on the mercs, as the mercs are at half the level. So that's about right. They're probably retreating to Astrakhan or Terek. But honestly, I need to stand my ground and keep doing as I'm doing. Keep up the good fight, as it were. I also need to be sharpish, just in case Muscovy decide to try and attack the Great Horde. I need to stop them. Or I need to grab this land here before they're attacked by Muscovy. And the plan, of course, here will be to encapsulate Great Horde, take the surrounding provinces so that they border no one else, and I can just eat them all later. So Cassia allied with Ryazan. Curiouser and curiouser. And let's go attack into Voronezh there, and into Barmut. I just need to stop the created units from dealing much damage. basically. If I can stop them, like so, we're looking good. That's why I'm trying to take on their provinces, so that it's a multi-step of other people can't siege them, and they can't create extra units. It's a double useful thing. Also note that although I'm Muslim, I have not yet activated anything to do with Scholar. I don't want to. Aggressive expansion impact would be the only useful one, and to be honest, I'll probably be on top of it. Horde Feud by default gives you 75% aggressive expansion, and again, I've just got diplomats improving relations with neighbouring countries. I don't think I'll be passing on any issues. I don't think I'll be having any issues. Well, I'll be passing on any issues, but just that I won't have any. I could also just attack Gazikmuk to get round this way and work southwards and around, but I don't know. All I know is that I want to get to Muscovy, stop them from taking out Kazan, because that's land I want to raise for myself. And yeah, I'll just conquer the steppe hordes. We're good. Of course, me bordering Crimea means that next time I go to fight them, it's more likely I'll be able to take them both on at the same time and just do it all. Crimea by default are less than 100%. Very nice. Also, the first idea group I'll be taking is horde ideas. So it's a secondary reason why I don't mind having on the focus for Mill. That's right, that's what I was trying to get to, sorry. Words are difficult sometimes. Here we go. Come on, Ashtrakan, fall. Fall, damn it. So, as a peace deal, we'd be looking at something like this. Maybe. It mostly cuts people off. Nagai might try to attack Great Horde, but I highly doubt it. Also, Nagai have now allied Kazan. That's a move of desperation if ever I saw one. Mugulistan is allied with Nagai and Jaunpur, so I could make Nagai give up their alliances by just fighting Mugulistan as the main person as well. There's multiple things that can be done here. Or I could just fight against Nagai to bring everyone in all at once. In a humorous twist of fate. So, Great Horde will give me everything I wish for. And we'll take peace. So, raise provinces. Gain a whole bunch of points. Helps me out rather nicely. And then we fulfill the mission Legacy of Gold. Okay. Gives me more claims on stuff. I can get behind that. And now I think the plan might be to go for that very specific Russia. Don't worry, it's not quite 101% overextension here. I don't believe. Only says 101% because it's not accounting for what it is post-raise. See? 77%. No problem. At least I don't see it as one. I could also go straight into Circassia here. Or Ryazan. And reset my truce with Great Horde. Huh. That's also a thing. Got a plan. Tech 4 begins this plan. Ryazan do have feudalism. Circassia are getting feudalism. Really? Circassia don't start with feudalism. Okay. So anyway, Ryazan will be taking you. Co-belligerate Circassia, go. That's a truce reset on Great Horde. Yes, I know that means that I can't call them anytime soon. But, hear me out. I don't think I particularly care. I'll piece them out real quick. Maybe take a couple more provinces. What percent are they? 69. Nice. So I could take out their current capital of Sarai and a couple other provinces or something. Let's first go to Circassia. We'll split this off into 4. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I can leave Ryazan till the end. Let's get the other guys first. Georgia is allied with Trebizond. I could do a really early into the Ottomans here. That is actually a possibility with this setup. But I think the plan should be focus Muscovy, honestly. Muscovy is the one to watch. Mind you, getting rid of the Ottomans early would be super neat. Quite frankly. So you can understand why I'm a little torn. I'm not going to put a general on this because I want my general to continue sieging in Circassia. Let's see what this does. Transoxiana are going for their independence. That should be the time where I go for Transoxiana. Yeah, this is an explosive start. Declare war. Tribal conquest, go. There we go. I'm also at war with Transoxiana. Perfect. Ottomans want access because they're probably at war with the Timurids because they'll probably have supported someone. Yeah, they just support the Transoxianians or whatever. But I want a nice big peace deal from Transoxiana. Bear in mind that the war versus Transoxiana is a superiority one. By virtue of they're not a horde, therefore it's not a thingy. It's just how it goes. It's kind of the criteria that need to be met. Don't worry, I will soon be going for Muscovy as well. We just need to take opportunities where possible to pick people apart. But this is going to be really nice. Taking on both Circassia and Ryazan nice and early. Definitely stops one of the gates of Ottoman expansion. I'll say that much. And Ryazan are just sitting around with their thumbs up there. Jaxies, because they've got nothing better to do right now. So let's take the 2 outside provinces and this one. Nope, just Sarai. Okay. Maybe I just take Sarai then. That blocks... I mean, Sarai is such a big province for them. It's going to be very handy having it in my hands. And it blocks them out from Belyamin and Boris Gabelsk. So I think that'll be the way forward. In the meantime, I'll send my manpower unit to Transoxiana. Gulistan has rivaled me. I couldn't care less right now. A guy get access... oh, they just have access with Transoxiana and a guy have mutual accesses with each other, so I can benefit from that. In the meantime... Great Horde, give me a province and money. Thank you. In true Horde fashion, raise. I could also do concentrate development after I've raised to then reduce the development even further. It doesn't always work though, because you take out enough development as it is when you raise, never mind the other stuff. Let's strengthen land raise. Strengthen land raise. So now we get reduced cavalry, cost of available loot for a while, and we get available loot and raising power gain increase. I was wondering what was going on, but actually Great Horde had just got a unit station there. Nothing really special is going on here. AQ's also not really a part of anything useful. They're fighting the Timurids, but that's just for other people. Circassia. Give me all of your land. Nice coalition you got there. Be taking your land. We'll raise this. Luckily some of my previous land from Kazan has already been added into the fold. I'm fairly certain. Right? 96.8, that's a little sketchy. I'm going to have to let some of my stuff core before I take on the Ryazan stuff then. And you know what? I think this will be the end of the first episode. So, for now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.